In the song Terminal Velocity from my solo album, Terminal Velocity, there's a scale that I use that creates the mood and the tonality for the song throughout. Some people call this, I've heard them say it's like the Luke and Leia kind of theme, or the Leia theme song from Star Wars. But it's a certain tonality that I really like. I've used it before, and I guess the best way to describe it, it's based on the fifth mode of melodic minor, which is called a lot of different things, but usually I'll call it melodic major. And basically, the thing that you have to know about this is that traditionally in a major key, the one chord and the four chord will both be major, right? So in this case, it's an E. So that would be the one chord, and the four chord will be major as well. Melodic minor, the signature sound is that the four chord is now minor. So the one chord, the E, is major, but the four chord, which is A, is now minor. So the song Terminal Velocity from my solo album is riddled with this harmonic major. You can hear it right in the beginning with the opening lick that I play. Right, so the beginning is based off of a E major arpeggio. That type of sound. But once it goes into that, you're going to hear an A minor arpeggio being outlined. And then resolving on the major third of E. So again, the scale originates, I guess, from A melodic minor. You can look at it that way. But my tonal center is E, so it would sound more like this. And you hear that all throughout the song. Even when it goes down an octave. Or at the end. So it's an interesting scale. Check it out. And I love the tonality and the mood. It kind of creates something that's major and positive, but the four minor chord gives it a little bit of mysterious darkness. And that's what the song Terminal Velocity is all about. So check that out. There's a technique that I use in the song The Oddfather that actually was a lot of fun to play and to create the part. It uses an open string and right hand tapping combination, and it goes on for a long period. So if you're going to learn that section of the song or try this, you have to have the stamina to keep the rhythm of the phrase going. Once you get into the feel of the rhythmic divisions, you'll kind of get used to the gait of it. It's like kind of getting used to the way a horse gallops when you're riding it. And once you lock into it, it kind of feels really cool. So let's talk about the sound I use for a second. This is on channel 3 on the amp, so it's a lead sound. There's a bit of delay and a bit of phaser on it to give it a little bit of, texture to the notes, right? And then as far as how to play the technique, a couple of tips. What I do is with my left hand, I'm doing a lot of pulling off and hammering on, so I kind of deaden some of the lower strings with my thumb. And with the right hand, I hold the pick between my first finger and thumb, and I use my middle finger to do the tapping. So I rest the palm of my hand on the neck to get really, to also actually to help mute those lower strings, and then use my middle finger to tap the notes on the right hand. Now, to get this going, it actually starts on an open G, so you might have to pick the very first note, and then you can start the pattern. So the pattern slow is like this. All right, now I use that pattern and I kind of, change it as the chords are moving. But again, a couple of important things to note. You want to try to do this without any of the other strings ringing out, and you want to get that rhythm of the phrase to a point where it kind of locks in and you could feel the groove, right? So a little faster, it'd be like this. And there it is. So check that out. Listen to The Oddfather for the full technique, but it's a lot of fun. So this has been a lot of fun. Thank you to the readers of Young Guitar. You guys have always been so supportive. I really appreciate it. Go out and check out Terminal Velocity, my first solo album in 15 years since Suspended Animation. And by the way, Suspended Animation is also finally available digitally and streaming, so you can check that out. But while you're at it, check out Terminal Velocity. This has been fun. Hopefully, I will get to see all of you sooner than later. And take care of yourself and stay safe and stay healthy. See you soon.